Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Tam on the side, Tan Tigers 01, the Big Old Dragon. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, Tan Tigers 01, Twitch at MC1, and Instagram as well. Right. I'm here to give you my thoughts on the third ODI between Bangladesh and West Indies, and basically ending the ODI series, the IP ODI series for the 2018 season for Bangladesh in West Indies. Well, first of all, kudos to Bangladesh for winning the series. First away ODI win in a series for 9 years. So kudos to them. But it's not like Bangladesh were perfect. Yeah, they had some bad shots in which they got out, especially to people like Ashley Nurse and Devendra Bishu, because I don't think those are necessarily wicket-taking deliveries. But at least Tamim Iqbal showed the fuck up, and he showed people do how to do things right. And he actually mentioned something very important, like the in Guyana, the first what you call it, the first match, there was some seaming off the pitch as well. In the second match wasn't seaming that much, but the first match the ball was spinning and seaming, and that 130 was actually a very well crafted inning. I would have to give him that. So it's a good thing he's showing a lot of determination and a lot of fight to prove his, a lot of critics wrong, and like restore some faith back in Bangladesh cricket. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this consistent fight. I'm like, okay, if you lose both tests, it doesn't matter as long as you go down fighting. Because at least if you go down fighting, you make for some good television. You make for some good good sporting cricket instead of being just a like just a completely one-sided affair. But apart from that, in this match, Rubel Hussain, you know what? Kudos to him. He actually, under pressure, once again, reminiscent of the Nidahas Trophy finals, where you needed 34 of 12. Rubel Hussain was called in again, but this time he kept his cool, did not give away like 20 odd runs in that over. I believe give away only 6 runs in that over. So kudos to him, and kudos to Mustafiz actually, like even after going for a six in the first ball in the last over by Rovman Powell, he actually like calmed himself down, maintained his composure. Maybe Mashrafi had something to do with it. This sort of tells you like, Mashrafi should possibly think about talking talking and trying to teach the the other captains how to deal with certain players. Like I believe that the next of the next few balls there was not a single boundary hit, and basically West Indies in the end were choked out. And also credit to Shea Hope and his extremely slow Javed Omar type innings, but bit more boundary hitting. Uh, for the really slow run rate for West Indies at the crucial time when they needed it, like when they needed to move on. So kudos to Shea Hope for letting Bangladesh build that pressure. I'm sorry, that is something I will have to point out because let's say if there was enough rotation of of a strike over there, you wouldn't have this type of pressure situation in the end, because this was a small ground. The pitch to bat on was good. The ball was coming onto the bat very well, and there was not that much lateral movement, and there was not that much spin. So Jason Holder was right. 300 was somewhat of a par score on this ground. So it sh- it should have been chased down. But once again, kudos to Bangladesh, and also kudos to Marshall Mortaza. He actually knows, with his limited abilities, with his limited pace as well. He actually knows how to bowl effectively on this wicket. Like if you want a perfect example, look at his two wickets. First of Evan Lewis, and second, I believe it was of Shea Hope. Was it Shea Hope? Yeah. Yeah, it was of Shea Hope. I think Miraz was the one who got Hetmeyer out. Yeah, both of them were cutters, and both of them were of a good length. Especially the one to Evan Lewis. He used the depth of the crease the not the depth, the width of the crease properly, and he knew where to drop the ball and what ball to deliver. So that was nice to see of him. Mushfiq Rahim, yeah, he had I wouldn't say he was completely good, but he had one or two moments. One of them that comes off the top of my mind is when there was an inside edge and the ball was almost certainly going for four. Mushfiqur Rahim, like he already put the dive in, but he had to basically scoop the ball from underneath him and stop it basically from rocketing to the boundary mid air. So that was nice to see. There were a couple drop catches. There were the ground fielding and the aerial fielding. I wouldn't say it needs a little work. It needs a lot of work, because even that Kieran Powell run out, you saw there was a lot of fumbling and hesitation going on. That should have been a direct hit. So maybe something for the fielding coach to look at. But you know what? Overall, in the end, I would say Bangladesh did play the overall better cricket. Even the wicket of Chris Gale, I would say it was Rubul Hussein's wicket. Yeah, he gave him somewhat of a bad ball, but he gave him a good slower ball. And by the way, speaking of Rubul Hussein, that dude was hitting almost 150. If you see some of the speed gun readings, and according to some of the commentators, that dude was. In fact, I want to know what his fastest delivery was. I think he might have just bowled the fastest delivery ever bowled by a that is recorded by a Bangladeshi pace bowler on this tour in this match. So I think he might have been hitting that 150, like at least coming close to it. So for him to perplex Chris Gale with a nice slow ball, and Chris Gale, he was smoking, smoking these smoking these deliveries out of the ground with no effort. Hint, hint, you gotta bowl better, Mahmudullah. So for Rubul Hussain to get his wicket at the time he did, that was really good, and it's good to see Rubul Hussain getting back to some more confidence as well. Where I'd say like things can improve, yeah, the youngsters need to show up. Like I don't know what they're doing with Animal Hawk. Drop that dude right now. No, seriously, drop that dude right now. Play a Litton Dust. You have a lot of A tours going on. Put Animal Hawk in there. Put him for a year at least in there, and then see what happens. If he has to miss out the 2019 World Cup, so be it. Let him miss out the 2019 World Cup. Use a Litton Das. Use maybe someone else, maybe like a Shamu Sharkar or something like that. Not Sabir Rahman. Sabir Rahman, first of all, his batting form has not been good. He's supposed to be this supposed power hitter and quick run getter. Yeah, you can't get runs once you're out, boy. And constantly get into trouble again and again. He got in trouble for smacking that kid in that domestic game, and now there's this all this bullshit going on about him in social media. Get get this guy the fuck out of the team right now. And look. Here's the thing. Tell him to go to tell him to go to therapy sessions. And so you cannot come back to the fold until you have successfully gone completed psychological therapy, because something's wrong with this dude. Listen, as a young sportsman, yeah, yeah, we all get aggressive at times, yeah, but we don't threaten to beat people up on Facebook or like come to the house and beat them up or whatever the fuck he said because apparently he deleted that account. Yeah, we don't do that shit. They're still investigating if that turns out to be his account that got deleted. Because this is 2018. Everything gets screen capped. Everything gets caught. Like a lot of things gets caught on like on on a smartphone device and whatnot. Just for a quick clickbait and shit. Like trying to like over sensationalize. Just some trifling matters. So if that shit gets like if it turns out it's his account and he really did like trying to beat people up, I'm like fuck this dude. Yeah, show some aggression. Don't threaten violence. That's not how the shit is done. But anyways, overall I would say this was I would say Bangladesh maybe are starting to claw back to to winning ways again. Slowly. But the thing is, Bangladesh will have to maintain this. And kudos to BCB. They actually have managed to get a very jam packed schedule for Bangladesh at home, or at least in the fall. Like, there's the Asia Cup coming up, I don't know when. But there's the Zimbabwe tour coming up, there's the West Indies tour coming up, there's the New Zealand tour coming up. All of them at home. And like these are complete Test, ODI, and T20 fixture having series or series where we're even going to see the Sylhet International Stadium being used as a new testing venue. I would encourage them to hold one or two T20s in Cox's Bazar as well, but let's see how far along we get with that. So the next assignment is the three T20s against the reigning world champions, the West Indies, and two of them are happening in Florida. Now, from personal experience, I know that there's no point of me going to a live arena. I've been to live cricket grounds a few times. I've been to uh, I've been to concerts. I've been to concerts. I've been to even a pro wrestling event. In fact, as a performer and as a spectator. A spectator, let me tell you, it's not for me. Let's just put it that way. I'm better off watching things on TV. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this series in the comment section below. And oh yeah, one more thing I'd like to say. Kudos to Mashrafi Mortaza. You saw you saw his captaincy, a good glimpse of his captaincy when he shuffled the order and brought himself before Sabir Rahman and Musaddiq Hussain. He gave that impetus, that little push in momentum to the scoring, which was very important for Bangladesh to get past 300. So that was a good move. But still, like even the captaincy, it could be improved a bit. But it's good to see that he did not persist with Musaddiq Hussain and Mahmudullah. Although I would say maybe give them one more over. But given how close this game was, I would say no. Even listen, even when Mustafizur Rahman, I don't know if you noticed this. Mustafizur Rahman, in his second spell, he was going for a lot of runs. So what did he do? He bowled out his overs and he made Mustafizur Rahman change ends. He brought Shakib Hassan and he made Mustafizur Rahman change ends. What happened when he changed ends? He got the wicket. He got the he he got the I believe he got the wicket of was it yeah Jason Holder, and we know Jason Holder can hit them out the ground, and this is a small ground, so things like that. Maybe it is time to consider Mashrafi back in the Test squad. He wants to play Test. Let him come back. It's not like Bangladesh have anything else to lose. In fact, I would say Bangladesh at least owe him that much. Alright, let me know what you thought about this match in the comment section below. And as always, hit that like button, subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter, TanTago01. And hit that bell notification button as well. This is your boy Instam on the Reset, the Bengal Dragon signing out.